Definitely, Fikile Mbalula is here, the Minister of Transport, but with me now is Mmamoloko Kubayi, is the Minister for Human Settlements. She'll just give us a detail as to what kind of the briefing was she getting from the officials inside. I'm sure a devastating impact that the hazard has had here in KwaZulu-Natal. You've had a briefing. What is the sense that you're getting from the officials as far as the impact is concerned?
Look, from our side as Human Settlements, I've been with, you can see with MEC who's been on the ground, MEC Sibia. What we are here today is not even for assessment, because the assessment has been done. We are here to announce interventions. We are here to communicate what is it that we are doing as Human Settlements. We've quantified so far 13,000 houses that have been, households that have been affected. What we are talking about 4,000 completely destroyed houses. 8,000 are partially destroyed, and that's what we are intervening on. We'll be intervening in terms of temporary shelters and all those interventions that we're making. We have now started to redirect our funds, working together with the MEC, as I'm saying. Areas where we've been able to access as Human Settlements in the province, as you know, it's a concurrent function with the province. The MEC, they've done the assessment. But I need to cautiously say that this number will increase because there's been areas where we've not been able to access. One of the areas we'll try and access today is Emolweni, which MEC has highlighted. We've not been able to quantify because that community has been closed out. We are hoping that we can access that and do some level of work. We'll visit communities and explain to them that we are already intervening. So President was here to do the assessment. What we are here as his foot soldiers, as ministers, is to start the implementation process. We had to do some applications with National Treasury from yesterday. Some of them have been approved. We will be announcing by this afternoon at 2 o'clock. So it's implementation for us now as Human Settlements.
And I'm sure a lot of people, as much as they'll be sympathizing and urging you to go on as a matter of agency, how are you going to ensure that you cross all your T's as far as the nitty-gritties, and as well as ensuring there's no corruption in this kind of funds which will be made available to your department at your disposal?
Look, we've learned with COVID-19, and that's why upfront monitoring and evaluation from presidency is here with us. They will be joining Team Human Settlements as we go on the ground. When I spoke to Minister Kungubele yesterday as well, assured me that the Auditor General's team already assigned. There is a team that has been assigned to work. They will be auditing as we go. So as you do application, they will check so that if there's a problem, we immediately stop. We don't waste time. But again, from our side, because as political leadership, both myself and MEC, what we want to see is the resolving the problems of people. Because as you know, there's a mother who has lost children, who's sitting there waiting for intervention. There's a family that, children have lost parents and all those things. We want to see intervention. But what we are appealing to our contractors, to everybody else, is to work with us and ensure that what we are requesting as intervention, as services to the people, happens. Because we can assure you, to say from our side, we'll ensure that our services are done. If a contractor goes on site and never delivers and finishes the work, it still comes back to us. That's why it has to be a two-way, and we are hoping that, and we're appealing to their consciousness, because as government, we don't have ability to build these houses. We don't have ability to provide the services. We are going to need private sector to come on board, and that's why we are appealing to their conscience to understand this is a disaster. It's not time where we should be playing with the lives of South Africans. We can do the monitoring and evaluation, and that's why I'm comfortable to say monitoring and evaluation, come with us. If you receive red flags, immediately tell us, as we are here on the ground starting to implement. Auditor General's team start looking at the audit trail of what we are doing. If you see red flags, immediately flag with us so that we can immediately intervene and respond. But from the commitment of us as the political leadership, we actually don't want to see a delay in terms of making sure that they respond. We do believe that there's legal framework within the PFMA, within allowed by Treasury regulations, for us to be able to do what we are supposed to do.
Minister, thank you very much. That's the Minister. I was just giving us an indication that there will be a lot of monies that will be going, of course, into the funds in itself. That is the disaster-related fund here in KwaZulu-Natal, and of course, in the same time, she's just giving us assurance that there will be the Auditor General's team that will be, coming through to work with the provincial and the National Department of Human Settlement as far as they are dealing with, interventions as far as the Human Settlements is concerned, indicating to us that 13,000 houses have been affected, and that is where some temporary houses should be directed to, so that people can be able to find some shelter when their houses, of course, have collapsed in recent. You've seen those dramatic and as well as heartfelt videos that went viral on social media. Houses just collapsing as the mud just literally went on and on, with the heavy rains coming on to before the KwaZulu-Natal area.